This episode is brought to you by Pepsi. I remember going to an HBCU football game. It was one of the most memorable experiences of my life. Watching an HBCU's team and band bring so much excitement to the stadium, completely packed with fans. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The best part about it is that Pepsi is a proud supporter of HBCU students on and off the field. Pepsi and HBCUs, that's what I like.
Yeah, bitches, blue faces. Yeah, bottles popping by the cases. I put the racks in the middle, I'm pulling up in the spaceship.
Hey, I feel like y'all getting into my music. You getting into the music. You like it? You getting into the music. I got my music, yeah.
After 100 episodes, I'm finally into it.
You already know what it is. It's Kitchen Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Every hero has a theme song, man.
Ooh.
Every hero has a theme song.
That doesn't sound like hero music.
It's winning music.
It's wrestling music.
For a champion. Only a champion
So
wrestler.
like you got the belt and you just walking.
It is what it
Like
is.
that.
Shout out to the whole gang, man. Shout out to Nasty Nash. Shout out to Ace. Shout out to Pearls Monroe, Fire, Shalimar. Nigga named Shalimar. That's his real name. Shalimar. How you call a man Shalimar without using that voice, without saying Shalimar?
Sounds like a Disney character.
Shalimar.
That's true.
Like this is a R&B in the 80s, 70s. That was a group, right?
That sounds like some type of
That was a group.
karate song.
I thought
Like
it was a Disney character.
You named that. You named that the R&B group in the 70s, in the 80s. Shout out to PD.
No.
Man, we back again, man. Shout out to the whole gang. Free Ricky until they free Ricky. We pushing the line. Kitchen Talk. It is not a cooking show. It is not a love show. Even though they try to, bully me around at times. You know. But it's all good, man. We got another big show, man, and we got another friend of mine in here that I've known for many years.
Yes, sir.
A real staple in the New York City area as far as DJing, breaking records, being in the club scene, having things going on. And we actually been having a relationship for years. So,
Long time.
I mean, from the beginning of me, like just coming home.
Since he came home.
Yeah, trying to figure it out, man. Listen, man, round of applause for the one and only Bobby Trance.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for somebody screaming that.
We don't got to shake
We
the
need
block
to
in
shake
there.
the block.
We gotta get the shake the block
need
in
that
there.
drop
We need that drop. We need that drop in there, man.
And then you got to erase it right after because that thing is, you know what I mean?
It's
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
You can't just have it. Anybody can have it.
As if it's in the wrong hands.
Yes.
Yeah, nah, it's one of those things.
Some DJs is running around. So if a DJ,
no.
the wrong DJ have that,
That definitely happens. I get the call and we make another call and then it gets deleted.
right? So it's like, so what happens is like a nigga that is impostering is part of being part of the.
No, it happens
group.
all the time.
Really?
And then it depends on what borough, what state. We got Shake the Block Boys everywhere. So we just make the call. Be like, yo, send the address. Yo, head out there and go run up on homeboy and tell him he got to
Shake
stop.
the block.
Matter of fact, get it out his computer.
So this is a nigga that's just an imposter.
Yeah, it happens.
Wow.
It's okay. But see, what I usually do too, like I be like, put him on FaceTime, I want to talk to him. And I be like, hey man, I love you, man.
Right.
But you gotta stop.
Do you usually know him?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you know.
Or I might have heard of them. Sometimes just fans, man.
Sometimes they fans.
So it's all right, man. Like remember like Rough Riders and everybody had a Rough Rider jacket.
Right.
It is what it is.
You created a movement though.
Yeah.
Let's get back into it for people that don't really know. Hot 97 DJ. I've always known you from being a part of Hot 97. I remember when you was starting off, you didn't even have your own slot back then.
Nah.
How did you get started with Hot?
So my plan was never to be on the radio because I didn't think it was something that was possible. Because where I came from, those things just weren't possible. Because your parents were either victims or hard workers. And my parents were hard workers. So I learned how to work hard. A lot of my friends' parents were victims, so I learned from that also. And we didn't really have success stories from where I was at that were like in the entertainment world.
Right.
The success was you were a hard worker, not a victim. So I didn't think that I thought it was make-believe. I thought it was fake. You know and your parents used to say when you was little, what you see on TV is fake?
Right.
So TV, radio, all that was fake to me. It wasn't like a possibility. You know what I'm saying? So once I decided I wanted to be a DJ, I fell in love with it. And then, you know, when you fall in love with something, it turned into something. So it turned into something. I became a big DJ in the club scene in New York City when it was at its biggest.
I remember this.
And then my affiliations, shout to Funk Flex, my big brother.
Hold up. But when you was coming up, you didn't come up originally affiliated with Flex. How did you get affiliated with Flex from the door? Because you was part of Big Dog Pit Bulls, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got to that. Before that, I was just, you know, I was doing mixtapes.
Right.
I was doing house parties. I was doing high school parties, college parties. You know, a couple of clubs. I wasn't really like big in the clubs like that yet. And I had a time in my life where I was going through some rough shit. And then I had to figure out what to do with myself. I ended up going back to school because the street shit wasn't really working out for me. And I just didn't want to go to jail. And things got really close. I dodged a lot of bullets. So I just had to like move away from everything that I was around and just be by myself and figure shit out. And while I was doing that, I got a job. And while I was at my job, I would go on the internet and I found Flex's website. And it was some flashing light. It said, do you want to be in the music business? And I was just like, some fake shit. It's a fraud. I clicked on it. It was a phone number. So I called. I said, I want to be in the music business. They were like, oh, you want an internship? I was like, oh, this shit real. So I called, and they danced me around for a couple of weeks. And then I found the address. Like, I did some, I need the address. I got a delivery for Flex. And they're like, oh, yeah, give me the address. So I ran up there, and I was like, yo, it's me that be calling every day. What's up?
Wow.
And then I like was an intern for a little bit, for like 6 months for free. Another 6 months I got paid like $75 a week.
What year was this when you was the intern?
This had to be like 2003, 2002, something like that.
Yeah, 2003 is when I got back.
Yeah. Oh, so it's before then though.
Before
So then I did that, and I looked at it, I'm like, damn, this shit is real. I could really like do something with this. So I was working my day job, man, interning at the same time. And once I figured like a way where I can like make a living doing this, I quit my job and I just went for it. Because I had no kids at the time. I had no like responsibilities. Right. I'm like, man, I'm a hustler. I'm gonna figure this shit out. So I figured it out. And then once I became that DJ, I opened up for Flex.
Right.
So once I opened up for Flex, I knew that the eyes would be on me. And opening up for Flex at the time, man, you played all night. And then he played for 1 hour. But I wasn't allowed to crack the microphone. I wasn't allowed to play nothing new. So I had to be real crafty with what I was doing. And promoter started this. He was like, yo, you really play all night. Flex played for 1 hour. Why you don't talk on the mic? I was like, I can't. And to be honest with you, I wasn't ready to crack the mic either.
Right.
So I had to figure all this shit out while I was going. I was like, man, I got about a year to get hot. So I did everything I had to do to get hot. And then people started booking me. And I was like, all right, that's it. It was over after that. I started headlining all the biggest clubs. And people started, once they got to know me and saw like my values, they were like, damn, you next to Flex, why you not on the radio? I was like, radio? What you mean?
You wasn't even thinking about that?
Nah. I was happy where I was at because I came from so much bullshit.
Right.
I was excited to be in the place I was at. But once they said that, I started to look at it different. I'm like, damn, man, like, nah, I'm going to be on the radio. So then I wrote it down. I said, I'm going to be on the radio by this date. And 3 days before that date, I got a phone call. Wow. So you got to put things, you got to manifest things.
Wow. Of course. I believe in that.
Yeah. So that's what
wholeheartedly. That's dope. You put your work in, though.
No, I put work in.
You put your work in. You find it now that a lot of people don't like to put the work in, but they expect the results.
I think people don't see the work, so they don't understand it and think it's a lot easier than what it is.
Right.
There's some people think I just got here like 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. Now I've been around for a little minute.
Right.
Because even when I got on the radio at first, it was just mixed weekends. So I was like 4 times a year.
Right.
And then the next year I was on once a month.
Right.
And then I got into HOT97 when it was all like, it was Mr. C, Enough, Envy, Who Kid, K Slay, Camilo, Enough. It was like, it was all the biggest DJs. Green Lantern. And I'm like, so how am I supposed to like, I became, from being a big club DJ, I became the smallest guy on the radio. Right. So I'm like, so how am I gonna like make a difference? And we had to figure shit out. I had to like find a way to get more time on the radio, because if not, then they wouldn't have given it to me. So Shout to Cast One, Big Ben.
Cast One, Big
we had
Ben.
put a show together called Three the Hard Way.
I remember that
You know
show.
that? So because we was on once a month, each of us on a Saturday night. So we was like, let's get on each other's show.
Right.
And like figure it out. So like we came to that, we had an idea. We brought it to Mississippi and he put us on. But then I told them, I said, don't get used to this shit. We can't do this too long because I study radio. I study business in general and everything that I'm around. So I'm like, if the three of us on the radio at the same time, like, you know, forever, they're going to think I'm Big Ben, you Cast One, and he's Bobby Trends, and then vice versa. They're going to fuck our names
Right.
up.
You're not going to individualize.
So I said, we're going to do this for a year, and then we're going to stop. And we got to get hot. And like, so it's about getting hot.
Right.
You got to keep getting hot to get to the next step,
Right.
to figure out how you're going to get hotter and keep moving. So I did that. And then when I was ready to go, I'm like, nah, I figured out some next shit. And they wasn't 100% ready for me to leave. But I was just like, nah, man, I got my Friday night. Remember I did the broadcast. So I started the Friday night broadcast.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah, you was part of that. Big.
Yes. I remember that. That club, you was doing
So it
it.
started at Imperial, and then we moved it to 28, which was the Shadow.
The old Shadow, yep.
And we turned it. Yeah.
Remember that? Wow.
So think about the Shadow.
Had a
So
lot of good nights.
remember the Shadow was like a 40 and older club.
But then you made it. Then
I
you
made
did
it 21 and
Yeah,
older.
it was young.
I call it 28, and we did like close to 1,000 people every Friday for over a year.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
So
very
it's just
well.
like always just trying to level up, get to the next shit, so you can
Of
get
course
past
it
the
is,
next
of course
thing.
it
and,
is.
You know what I mean? Like
you know,
type shit.
for me, like being in the clubs was part of my initial, grind, right? So I would, I got out of jail. I was, running the studio, putting together my CDs, meeting DJs, connecting with DJs, and then we would always go out. We would always go out to the clubs. We was always in the clubs. I was back when Club Show, Club Lobby, whatever it was, Eugene's, everything, Guest House, Duvet. All these cheaters, all these clubs, right? Justin's on Mondays, right? So we was outside, right?
Justin's on Monday.
Yeah. So I remember you, and I remember one night. You remember Ruby Falls? Okay, I remember Ruby Falls, and I remember you was DJing, and there was another DJ in there. You said something crazy over the mic to him.
Absolutely.
You remember what I'm talking about? What was that about? I never understood what that was about. You was like, such and such, you pussy. Something.
That's definitely what I said.
Yeah, I remember.
Emphasis on
You
pussy.
surprised? You surprised? I remember that because this was a very long time ago.
I didn't know you was there that night.
Yeah, I was there that night. I was there that night.
That was an important night.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I never understood, but I never asked you
I
that.
was banned from a couple of clubs because of that for about a year.
Wow.
I was deemed the troublemaker.
So such as you, and I don't want to bring the homie up, but it was like such and such, you pussy.
Nah, and I turned the music off and I said, until his bitch ass get out the booth, I'm not playing another fucking record. It's like I don't like fake shit. And we had a lot of back and forth.
Right.
We cool now, by
cool
the way.
now.
Me and
Right,
we shake
right.
hands, we say what's up, have a
Indeed.
drink together.
Right.
So you gotta get past things. But
Of course.
it's just it was a competitive time. Neither of us were on the radio, and we was both shooting for the same things. He had a
He
team.
was big. He was big.
He
in
had a
that-
big
in the club.
team.
Yeah, he had a big team.
Now imagine he had a big team, and I didn't really have a team. It was just me.
Right.
Although Flex was like my big bro,
But Flex and them wasn't
Flex
in the
was
clubs
at a
at that
different.
time.
They was at a
It was
different.
time.
I know, but they was at a different level.
Right, but the clubs, the urban, where all the bitches want to be at, excuse my term, like, they at that point had it, right? Every club, because I was so club go friendly, so I knew where to be at, and every party that they had was rocking.
Yeah.
You understand? So I was always surprised by that, and then I always wanted to ask you what that was about.
But, that wasn't the first time that we had a situation. It was that it got to be too much, and I was tired of being nice. Because I felt like every time I was being nice, my good friend now would take advantage of that,
Right.
and use it as a weakness, and would do like some dumb shit. So I was just like, man, I'm tired of this shit, man. Like, I'm in the club and something came up, and I'm just like, nah. And I knew it was some real shit, because the people that, I'm not about hearsay, but if like, like when you know something is said,
Right.
it's true because of certain circumstances,
Right.
Because it had to do with something that you said or did. It came back, and it happened right there in front of me, and I'm like, man, we just shook hands and just fixed things up. You still talking shit. So that shit had me burning. And then so I didn't say that. Yeah, I said, hey, shout out to all the DJs in here. I know y'all watching, because he wasn't the only one. There was a couple DJs in there that was watching, because everybody was trying to gun for my spot.
Right.
So he took it as I was talking to him, and I was talking about him and everybody else in the room, because I always was like, you see me, I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like
Right.
that just God, I just be by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I got soldiers, but I like to move by myself sometimes. So he came upstairs. He was brave. He was brave because he had 50 Brooklyn dudes in the VIP in his section.
Right.
So that's how I took it. I'm like, oh, you coming up, you brave today because you got an army behind you. So, you know, to me, that's pussy shit. So I called him out. And then he didn't want to leave. And rest in peace, and shout out to Frank Jugger. Frank Jugger was there that day.
Yeah.
And Frank told him he had to leave. He's like, yo, man, because he's seen me like this before. On some other shit, though. Not on no DJ shit. On some rappers trying to get their music played, and they was mad at me because I wouldn't, and then we ended up fighting.
Rappers trying to get their music played.
Yeah.
Rappers trying to get their. Let's talk about that.
Like we gotta talk about it.
We gotta talk about
We
that.
gotta talk about it.
I was a rapper trying to get his music played before.
And I played your music.
But not, but I'm just saying, I know
It's just
I know
a way
what
to
that
do
feeling,
things.
Yeah, I know what
It's a way
that
to do
feeling.
things.
I know what that feeling is like, and there's the right way to do things, and there's the wrong way to do things.
And it also depends on who you dealing with.
Who you dealing with? So what was that like though? Rapper that you never heard of, you don't know this nigga, you don't know nobody he with.
So here's the thing. This is what I always say to rappers that want to interrupt my set. Right. Say you performing, right? You on stage, and then like I'm looking at you. I'm just like, damn. I think you should do it different. So I tap you. I'm like, yo, why you mid verse?
Wow.
And I'm just like,
Wow.
so I'm interrupting your performance.
That's right.
A lot of people don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? And people there's probably gonna be some people upset that I'm saying this.
I never
'cause people
thought
don't
about
get
that
it.
though.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm performing.
You performing.
So why not come see me after my performance? At that moment, it's a selfish moment for that individual. You know what I'm saying? Like respect the person's performance. Come and see me before. If it was that important, you should have found out what time my set was. Come and see me before or come after. But I'm not saying people shouldn't attempt, because at the same time, a DJ could have somebody with them and they could be like, oh, let me talk to his homeboy and maybe he could figure something out. Sometimes rappers don't want to talk to their homies. Like, no, I want to talk to him. And then it gets weird.
He's aggressive.
And I'm just like, man, I'm trying to please this room of 500, 600, 700 people. And now everything got to stop because I got to take care of somebody's needs. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, if I see sometimes a person to get aggressive with whoever's in the booth with me, where that person can't handle what was going on, then I butt in. And I'm just like, my man, how can I help you today? And then they'll say, yo, man, I got this song, but I'm like, okay, send it to me. I'm not gonna play it today, but I'm in the middle of something. And I just, I wanna keep rocking. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. Now he could take that and be like, okay, no, but I need you to play it now. I'm like, well, I can't play it now. A lot of people don't understand either is that sometimes I'll be like, there's somebody I know. I'm like, damn, like he probably got something that,
Right.
It depends on opportunity.
Right.
It's easy for me to play music in strip clubs. That's new music than in the club where people are like
Just
buying
regular
bottles
dancing,
and like dancing, because strippers they gotta dance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna stop. You gotta hustle.
Don't matter.
The crowd, they here for something else.
Right.
They're not here for that.
Right.
So not that I don't want to help anybody, because I do it. I do a lot. I do it a lot.
get it.
I did. I've done it with you.
Right.
With you. You know what I'm saying? I've done it with a lot of people.
Of
So
course.
it's just kind of like how people come up. So for me, I'm never gonna allow anybody to put me under pressure.
So you literally had to have a whole fight with a nigga
Yeah. I've been in some fist fights.
with anybody notable?
I don't even remember the name.
Just
I've flung, like when the vinyl was out, I flung vinyl out of Club Envy DJ booth across the club.
Wow.
Because I'm just like, my man, you really taking me somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just a respect thing. It's not like me trying to be tough. It's not me trying to be like nothing. I'm just trying to work and like trying to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is that something that that still happens right now. Like
Yeah.
rappers come into the booth and want they shit played.
Yeah, but I respect the hustle. I don't think that people should not come. I just think there's a way to
There's
do
a way to
things.
do it.
There's a way to do things, and then like if I want to have a conversation with you, or whatever my man's saying to you is not acceptable, and the people around me, I don't got no slouches around me. You know what I'm saying? Like I have people around me that know how to handle themselves, so they're not gonna say the wrong thing to that person. So if whatever my man is saying to you that you can't handle,
Right.
I feel like there's an issue now. So now I gotta step in. So now I gotta say, hey man, all right, what is it that you need? You know what I'm saying? So like, why don't you just send it to me? Let me sit with it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could play it on the next party. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could get on the radio for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you coming at me like this, I don't want to do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's even times when people been like this, and I came to see them at the end of my set, went to their VIP, and they be like, yo, my man, what's up, man? And they looking at me like, oh, he came over here by himself. And I told him, I stay over there. I need to go talk to him by myself because I want him to know what I'm like.
What type of time I'm on.
So I come in, so I go to the VIP and she be like, my man, I said, look, man, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I respect your hustle. Send me the music. Matter of fact, give me your phone number. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like you. But there's just certain way to do things.
The way to do
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's it. Cause I don't want to act like I'm unaccessible. That I'm not. I'm an asshole. I'm a dickhead. I'm just trying to get my job done. I'm trying to rock, and I'm trying to be special. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in order to be special, you also have to break the music. So there's a process. It's just about how, I think that some people feel like there's an entitlement, or it's like, or because you got all these people with you, you feel you want to be tough that day. You understand?
This is New York City,
Yeah.
right? It's the #1 market, and it's hundreds of rappers here.
Yeah.
Everybody want their shit played.
Yeah. So it's impossible to get everybody's shit on. You feel me? And that's another thing. I'm just like, you know how much music I get every day?
This is what I'm going.
Yeah.
Your email getting hit,
Yeah.
and then you got emails, you got record reps hitting you, and then you got artists that you got relationships with hitting you. How do you figure out what records to play, like in a week's time, right? So between Monday to Monday, how many new songs do you think you get?
How many new songs I get? I can't count that.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
So how do you differentiate which ones to play?
So I'll be honest, the guy that comes to see me, as opposed to somebody that's just sending me music, if you're in my face, I'm gonna remember you. So, like I said, there's a way. So if you come in to see me,
I'm saying that guy.
I'm gonna listen to his music
record,
before I listen to the music I get the email from.
Okay, what about the record rep?
I listen to his music too.
And what about the rappers you know?
Yeah,
so
I listen to him
I'm
too.
saying you getting hit from every angle.
And sometimes I can't get it all in that week. So it might take the record rep or the friend or that rapper to come see me 3-4 times. And I'm just like, damn, man. Like, and I feel bad at some point because not only am I a DJ that has to do with all this, like DJing and that part of the business, I also have other businesses I take care of. I got 3 boys that I'm raising. You know what I'm saying? I got a family. You know, we all got we got life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I say sometimes it's just so selfish. It's just like, you know, sometimes it be the alcohol too. You know what I'm saying? Or it'd be like, you know, the team.
Right.
You know, it'd be a lot. But there's a way to do things, man. Like when I met you.
Right.
Let's get to that.
Okay.
This is
When I met you, I knew you was special.
Yeah. Okay. Can I get something?
This
is special.
And that's a whole other thing is that I feel like I got a good judge of character. Like I feel like when I meet somebody, I feel like I could fuck with that person or I really don't fuck with this person. Or it's just like an energy. I'm an energy person.
Indeed.
So I'm at Justin's, it's Diddy's restaurant. That's not there no more.
That's right.
And you are not allowed to wear hats in there, a hood, nothing. Here comes this man walking in here with his hood all the way on. You can't. All you see is his chin. You don't see nothing else. He's walking in. I'm just like, who's this man walking up on here like this? He's like, hey, what's up, man? Blah, blah, blah. Like, polite gentleman.
Yeah.
I just came home. You know, I got this. And when you said those things to me, I'm like, this man is humble.
Right.
Serious.
Right.
And about his business.
Right.
Let me get the record.
I remember that. And you know, there's a lot of folklore out there about me in this era. Like they would say, like I was being very aggressive with DJs, and that really wasn't the case. What it was is that where I come from, I've always been popular, right? Before the music, I was popular. I come with a lot of reputation, right? Yeah. And a lot of times the reputation was like getting in the way of what I was trying to do, and then I would have issues, not so much with people in the industry, but just period. And it felt like I was just being more aggressive than what I really was.
I didn't know about your past.
Right.
I didn't know anything about you.
Right.
And I just, but you know what it is? I think like when guys like you and I, when we speak, we have a mutual respect because we come from certain things that are very similar. And you don't have to know my story, and I don't have to know your story, but we know there's something there.
And the thing is, it's like, I've always been humble, no matter what was ever said about me. So my presentation always was that way. Right. You know, it was always, you know, not how you do it, but it's always the way you do it. It wasn't like, yo, listen, you got to play my record. I never moved like that.
Never. Till this day.
Never. That's never been my thing. And it was because of that I was able to create all the relationships that I had with DJs. See, I was getting my shit played by all the DJs before I had a record deal. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it was because I was connecting, hanging out, vibing, and then building those relationships. So, it was a different time then. So, you know, that was the thing. So it's crazy because when I asked you about getting music, right, I never thought about ever, right? Because I'm a rapper, and all I can see is, yo, I know Trans, yo, here go my new record, and I'm looking for you to play it. Yeah. But I'm not thinking about how many, you just got 100 new records from everywhere. Yeah. I never thought about that till tonight, about how many people, and because, you know, it's only with so many DJs in the city that got slots, that got position, that matters. And as a rapper, you kind of take everything personal. Yeah. You like, man, this nigga ain't play. I gave him this nigga this shit on Wednesday. It's Friday. He ain't play my shit.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I feel bad sometimes because I sometimes just forget.
Crazy.
DJs are like A&R.
Sometimes I just forget because, like, I literally I might be coming from 5 different things, and I'm like, man, I'm running late for the radio. I gotta get up there. Damn, I ain't downloading no new shit this week. Fuck. And then I come upstairs, I'm like, all right, well, here's a list, right? Here's a list, and then here's a list of records that
could play.
that collectively as a group we want to try to break. These are the ones I don't fuck with. These are the ones I like, so I'm gonna just not even look at those. And then there's records that I want to play that are hot in the club that I'm not really supposed to play on the radio, but I get away with a lot of shit because I'm Bobby Trends.
Right.
So I play those because I got to be hot on the radio too.
Right.
I gotta attend to a couple different people. The people that fuck with me in the club, the people that listen to the radio, which is 2 different types of people.
Right.
Then my friends, or people that I'm trying to help out, or people that I'm like really trying to break. You know what I'm saying? So like, and mind you, I'm on the radio. I DJ once a week on the radio for 3 hours. I'm not on 5 days a week. So for the DJs that's on 5 days a week, they got a lot more time to be able to take care of people. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I got 3 hours on a Friday night, which is a powerful slot. Saturday, I'm on the radio as a jock. I'm just talking and giving away prizes and saying what the weather's like. You know what I'm saying? Like in between program music that I can't control.
Right.
And then on mixed weekends, I got more time. So on a mixed weekend, for people that don't understand, a mixed weekend is a holiday weekend, just past President's Weekend. We was on the 97 hour.
97, right.
All DJs.
Right, so now I got my Friday show. Now my Saturday, I'm on from 12 to 3 and then I got Sunday 2 to 6. So now I got more time. That's the best time to try to get DJs to break the music because now it's more mix show, more mixes. So for everybody trying to get their records broken on radio, that's the best time to hit the DJs.
That's dope to explain how to navigate that though, because I think people really think that like DJs are unreachable, like they have this list and that's all it is these days, and you know it's all politics.
But don't get it messed up too. Like it's hard to play those records on the radio. Some of the DJs, if they do that, they're never gonna get on that radio again.
Right.
Somebody like me, I got some leeway. I got time in, and they respect my decisions on what I play. And then they'll ask me, "What's that record you played?" You know what I'm saying? There's times that I play records that became the biggest records ever. And I would get a call when I play. It's like, yo, don't play that again. It's not on the radio and it's not a good record. And then the record became diamond.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I have a great ear. My ear has not lied. Not lied. I'm 99.9% on point with the records that in New York City that I said was going to be the biggest records ever.
Let me ask you, New York City hip hop, right now.
Yeah.
What you think about it?
In terms of what?
It was a time when they kept saying New York City was dead.
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way?
No, I don't think it ever died. I just think that it had was being overshadowed by other regions. I think I think that music never dies. Period.
Well, it was a time when our artists wasn't as prominent nationally as they used to be.
Right.
In the times of Hov and Nas and stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you something about that. So what I feel about that. I think that the club scene is very important. I know the club scene is very important. I know that I wasn't around for like the Biggie.
Right.
Like I was around for a little bit of Jay-Z. I wasn't around for Biggie or Kim or any of that.
Right.
Kim later, but she's still here. But when there was the tunnel, I came into the game at the end of the tunnel. So I got to see some of that. I got to DJ at Speed. You know what I'm saying? I DJ'd at Cheetah. I DJ'd at Envy. I DJ'd at some of the most legendary clubs ever in New York City, in the country that's in New York City. At that time, Jay-Z would come to the club. Bleak would come to the club. Whoever the big producers at the time would come to the club. You see Mobb Deep in the club. You see Nas in the club. You see whoever Nas's people or whoever Mobb Deep's people was. You would see Joe. You would see Pun. You would see all like this whole community of New York.
Right, New York.
So think about it, right? If you're in Brooklyn, right? This is pre-social media. If you're in Brooklyn, you're not looking on Instagram to find out where the party's at. How do you find out where the party's at? Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
So it's like, where Jay gonna be at tonight? I don't know. Call Bleak. Ask Bleak. Whoever his man's was, call him. So now you got 50 people coming for him and 50 people coming for the next rapper. Now you got every like borough in the club with their people, right? Because there were clubs to go to,
Right.
right? And there was enough rappers that had these big followings.
Right.
Clubs started to close. A lot of those rappers weren't making music anymore.
They still make music, but I just think they just developed and evolved into different things.
I remember when I first started going to Atlanta, like to go DJ or whatever, and all the Atlanta rappers, it was Jeezy, it was T.I., it was whoever like was big in the South, Ludacris. It looked like how New York used to look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the clubs were there and all the rappers were all in the building at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember at one time there was a time in New York where the clubs weren't the same, and I would see you. I would see Jim sometimes. I would see Cafe sometimes. I would see Uncle Murder sometimes. Jay-Z wouldn't come out no more.
Right.
Jay-Z was going everywhere else.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like everybody who was already like over here,
right,
they wasn't coming to hang out no more.
Nah, they had shifted.
So it was different. And then I also feel like back in the day, you had to go to a studio to make music, right? Or you had to really know how to set shit up in your crib. Now anybody can set up anywhere and make music, right?
Anybody's a rapper.
So now the rapper that was popular from your neighborhood, his block might fuck with him, but then there was another rapper down the street, and now the block got kind of like, it got like divided. So now there's way more rappers than there used to be. Right?
Right.
So like there's times that I would be in Brooklyn and I would play music from a Brooklyn artist, and I'm just like, why the Brooklyn crowd ain't fucking with that artist that I'm trying to break? Oh, because they want their man to come up and they don't really care about that guy because they want their man to come up. You understand? You understand what I'm trying to say?
It's divided because everybody's a rapper and everybody got their own person to support.
Does all this make sense?
Yeah, everybody wants to be the star.
Right. I follow you. So what it is everybody's a rapper now, right? With not social media, but technology made it to the point where it's like it's so easy to just make music.
Yeah.
You can it used to be a time when you had to make music, you had to go to the studio and make the music, and to put the music out, you had to be good, you had to be chosen, because you just couldn't put music out on your own. I've heard
so much good music from rappers that still won't pop because everybody's rooting for the other man.
Well, I think now that
and it's not just because of that.
No, it's not.
Because sometimes you just gotta have that song.
Well, but sometimes
and you can have no support system.
Right, but now
and the stars are aligned somehow, and that shit just shoots out of here.
But since the internet and since music now probably is broken more on the internet, I think it's about numbers now. So sometimes it could be something that somebody does in the video that makes the video go viral. Now, does that mean that was a dope artist? Does that mean it was a great song? That's a very sketchy line right there, because things that go viral does not automatically mean that it's good.
Right.
But the industry now chases behind the numbers. Then you might have an artist that is really like a dope artist that really can sing or really can do whatever, and may not have those numbers, may not be doing something in the video that brings virality to it. So,
and things change every day.
Right.
So like, say like you had like, say Bobby Shmurda when he had Hot Boy. Vine was a big deal with that video that went viral when he threw the hat up and it never came down. That shit still ain't come down.
Right, and still to this day.
Right? But then like, say like Fetty Wap, he broke on SoundCloud, right? He had all his music up on SoundCloud, and the shit got so crazy, he had to start taking the music down because he felt like he wasn't gonna make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people break in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, sometimes you just gotta just try everything you could try. You know, like, look, if you're going hard and you tried everything you could do, then I got so much respect for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that want to give in. And like, there's some people that just think that they could just pay their way onto radio and that it's gonna help them get to a certain place. I tell people, like, why would you pay me to play your music? I'm on once a week, right?
People come approach you to pay you
all the time.
You don't take no money from me.
It don't make no sense for me. If I was to take money, my whole show would sound like a free-for-all.
Right.
And I gotta stay hot. So if I'm gonna do that, I'm shooting myself in the foot. Now, if I had a show dedicated to that, sure, then now I could play music from a bunch of artists and do what I gotta do because they're gonna expect that. But the show that I have, people don't expect me to play new music all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on Friday night in New York City, 7 to 10 o'clock. People in their car, they want to hear their shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's unfortunate. It's just like, you know, sometimes it'll be the biggest record in the club, right? And somebody might be playing on the radio. I'm like, oh, that's my shit. And I'm listening to it. And then my girl might be in the car. She'll be like, change that. I don't know what that is. I'm like, this is the biggest record in the club. She's like, I don't be in the club, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So she's a good gauge of like the average listener.
The average listener.
So it's like that's why this shit get turned. People that go to the club only make up 10% of the listeners on the radio. There's 90% of the people that don't go to the club.
Do you think radio still breaks music?
It helps.
I think
it puts the cherry on top.
The cherry on top. You gotta have other things going on.
It's still a moment.
So
it's still a moment.
Where do you think music is broken now?
It's digital.
Digital.
It's digital in the street.
Digital in the street.
Because the street decides. To me, look, this is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got digital and you got the street, then you got it. You got radio, that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? But if you got digital and the street, then you probably gonna be on the radio.
New York City hip hop again, right? All the rappers, you know, we watched it evolve. You feel like the music is in a good space right now?
I think so, but it's still room for growth.
Drill rap.
Yeah.
Drill music. Where you at with that?
I rock with it. I think that I'm not with the violence.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something. I in the past years, I've removed myself from a lot of negativity. And there's times that I listen to music, and sometimes I might not even know that somebody getting at somebody. I just rock with it because I'm just like, man, that shit feel good to me. I don't know what it is. Something about, and then somebody might tell me like, yo, man, with such and such beef with such and such. Like, I don't know either of them, so I don't really know what's going on. But I play this shit in the spot, and everybody go crazy.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, But if somebody was to say to me, yo, man, like, this is really going to endanger somebody's life, then I'm like, you know what? All right, let me fall back a little bit. But I don't be like in the mix like that with that to be knowing what's going on like that. Like, like I said, I got my 3 boys, I got my family, I got my businesses, and I got my DJ shit, and I'm out here getting what I got to go get.
Actually, because last week, it was a comment made by the new mayor, right? About banning drill music. That's what the media put out. Yeah. You know, that it was a statement being made. Right after that, I had a conversation with Fabio. He called me and we met up and we talked. And in the conversation, he said to me, man, I wish I could talk to him.
Yeah. To
the mayor. And I said, yo, you know what? I got a relationship over there. I saw
that.
Right. So and I'm getting somewhere. So I had a relationship with Eric Adams prior to him becoming mayor. He was the president of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
All right. So definitely had a relationship over there. So I felt like, you know what? I thought about it and I said, maybe I can help orchestrate that meeting because there's a lot of talk about drill music, the violence associated with it, but nobody's actually talking to the actual artist that's from that element. Everybody's talking over them. Everybody's talking about what should happen, what shouldn't happen. And I thought to myself, okay, what if I could orchestrate a meeting between the mayor and some of the rappers that come from the element. So I bought Fabio, I bought B-Love, Rowdy was supposed to be there. And my whole thing was, one, I wanted to give the mayor clarity on what the music was, because if you getting a false narrative on what drill music is, then you're gonna have the wrong solution. Right? First of all, drill music is a sound. It's not an action. And I needed to stress that, right? It's a sound, right? It's a particular sound. You can sing over it, you can rap over it, whatever. Everybody got a car. Some people drive their car different though. Right? Some people more reckless in their car. Right? Everybody got guns. Some people more reckless, some people careful. Same thing is the music. I could take a beat, you could take the same beat, you could rap about love, I could rap about my enemies.
I can't have a fast car. I can't.
See, this is what I'm saying. Right. Another person have a fast car and just cruise. So it's not an action. It's based around the user. And we do have an issue with, you know, some young kids actually speaking on things that ultimately, in my opinion, gets them or will get them jammed up. You understand? So, you know, I seen a lot of comments, well, why would Maino meet the mayor and all that? Like, who the fuck else I'm gonna meet? The statement came from him. We gotta have the conversation. We gotta address the conversation. You know, no matter what the opinion is, you know, and my whole thing was, it's deeper than the music, right? The music is just a manifestation of the lifestyle that's already being lived, right? These kids, a lot of them already gangbanging before they even before they even made a rap. So even if the plan is to lock everybody up, you still gonna have a problem, because as long as we still have ghettos and communities underprivileged, we always gonna produce what? Criminals, gangbangers, killers. We always gonna have that element. We always gonna have that underworld. And no matter if the music cuts off, we always still gonna have violence. Now, I think we do have a responsibility to at least be responsible for ourselves. Meaning, I can't put with so much shit in the music, because then I'm gonna be telling on myself and then I'm gonna go to jail. So let me straighten me out before they straighten me out. You understand?
Because they watching.
Of course. So, you know, and right now they have like a task force of people to actually sit back and watch these videos on live, watch Instagram, watching all these things, listen to the music. So, you know, at this point, it's about actually being smart, opposed to just saying anything and putting yourself in harm's way. Because what we ultimately here for, we really here to just change our lives, get money, change our family lives. That's the real goal.
And with music, we're supposed to be allowed to express ourselves,
right?
However, which way we want to express ourselves,
right. But even in expressing ourselves, right? There's a line that I don't want to cross that's going to put me in harm's way.
You don't want to hurt yourself.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Right. So I use myself as an example.
Makes sense.
Right. If I go out and get into a situation tonight and something happens.
You don't have to tell yourself, man. Rap about something else.
Right. There you go.
And also words are powerful. Like people forget that, I think.
But you know what? Like also like you could be rapping about yourself and you think that they didn't know or somebody didn't already tell on you, and now you sitting there confirming.
I don't want it, right, but I don't want to make it easy for them, and nobody else should. You know, like the problem. I get that, right? So, but the gang war, gang violence has always been here, right? And my issue is the fact that even if the plan is to lock all gangbangers up in New York City, that's not going to stop the problem, because guess what? Remember what I just said. We still producing criminals and gangbangers. So it's this kids that's 11 and 12 years old that's in harm's way. Why? Because they're being looking at street life is attractive to them because they come from broken homes. They come from, underfunded neighborhoods, and street life is about to pull them in. So how do we save them? That's what the initiative should be. Prevention better than cure, right? But we don't never have those conversations, and not in a real way, because these kids don't have nothing. They don't have no opportunities. They don't have nothing to do. And being in the street and being a part of the street become who they are. I was that way, right? So that's the real conversation. If they really wanted to change something, then we need to start changing. And we got to go to the core of it. You know, people that's criminals already, that already took their oath in being a criminal, they understand what they doing.
They take stuff out of our communities though all the time. Like like you said, like even with the preventing of it, right? Like you usually have after school programs. You usually have things for the kids to get into. I've worked after school programs. I know how much they fight to get funding or fight to stay open and stuff like that, because they be so quick to shut them down. Yeah, they so quick to shut it down, and then the kids don't have nothing to do but get in trouble.
This just happened to one of my homies. His son, he's not. This is the way he said. He said, my son's not a great basketball player, but he wants to play basketball. So I'm going to support that, because whatever he wants to do outside of being in the street,
that's right.
I'm going to keep him off the street. So something happened where there was a fight, and I guess like around the team or something, and this young man was at the scene of the fight. So everybody's at the scene of the fight. They kicked off the team. So he was really upset. He said, man, you're not going to kick my son off the team. He ain't do shit. He was just there. So you want my son, like, there's no, he said to me, he said, there's no programs in my city.
Right.
In my town where I'm at, there's no programs. So this basketball is what I need him in.
Right.
So why are you going to do that to him? Why are you going to put him back out on the street? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that some people that are in charge sometimes got to, like, sit back and not act off impulse sometimes. I mean, everybody's human. People make mistakes. But that father is important, because that father spoke up.
Right.
And that father, and I haven't checked up on him, but hopefully he got him back on the team.
Right, and because that's the ultimate issue.
There's a lot of moving parts.
There's a lot of moving parts. So just as much as you can point your fingers at this and say, oh, it's violence, it's violence, it's violence. I mean, this is a country that is built on violence that actually still creates, situations for violence to be bred. We breed in violence. So
make money off
this
of it.
this is what the conversation that I was having with the mayor. This is what I was expressing to him about the culture, about the music, and about the fact that, when you say, oh, these kids don't care, they have no regard for life and things like that. And I say, okay, let's think back. Why does he feel like that? Why does he have no value? Why does he not see no value in himself? And he don't see no value in himself. He can't see no value in nobody else, because he doesn't feel like there's hope. Why? Yeah. Because the problem is deeper. He wasn't born this way. He's in a situation that gave birth to that. Like, he was made to feel this way. He whether it been in his own home or whether he stepped out of his house and it was in the neighborhood that made him feel that way. So these are the real issues right here that they need things to do. They need hope. They need things to stimulate their minds, because just going to school, which doesn't teach you how to really apply yourself in the real world, is not it. They need to be groomed in tech.
They need to see.
And they need to be groomed in all of the things.
More mentors, more big homies.
Yes.
You know, better teachers.
Somewhere to go other than
somewhere to go.
More programs.
Somewhere to go other than just, you know, the option of just going in front of the building.
So instead of just shutting off some music, why don't you create a program instead of shutting off the music?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like create some more programs. You know.
Right.
I mean, and it's tough because there's times like I love to give back, and there's a lot of things that I want to do to give back. And then sometimes there's not enough hours in a day. We just spoke about that. It's not enough hours in a day to do everything sometimes. So how do you manage your time wisely to be able to, you know, do these things? So it's just like we dealing with a lot.
One day at a time, though.
Yeah.
One day at a time. But I just wanted to ask you that. I see a lot of talk, and I just wanted to, you know, and nobody know what the conversation in the room was about, and then I just saw a lot of comments or what people thought the conversation was, because you know, everybody has an opinion, everybody's got a viewpoint, everybody got a point of view, and
I commend you for stepping forward and doing that too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, because I felt like
you took your relationship
right initiative. It was only right. It was only right, and again, I'm standing on that. There's no way in the world you're gonna have a conversation about the actions and try to determine the future of the New York City DJs without talking to the DJs.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
There you go. There you go.
That's a perspective adjustment, honestly. People looking at it like that. I think it's like you allowing people into that space or connecting the dots or bridging the gap is a big position to play.
I seen people mad at me. Like, why are you talking? What the fuck you talk to the mayor for, nigga?
Because I'm close-minded.
How else?
Because I feel a way about that person. Why you talking to him? But meanwhile, he's the person who puts things in play.
What? No, but he was the person that made the statement. Who we got it? Like, if you say, yo,
you gotta get to it.
I'm banning New York City DJs. If I say that, then I'm the person to talk to.
Yeah.
Right? I'm the person to talk. I'm the one that made the statement. The mayor made the statement. No matter what the statement was, whether it was all music, if it was the platforms, whatever the statement was, when we received it, the message felt like, oh, he trying to make a move on the genre. He was the person to talk to.
The worst thing ever is if you got an issue with anybody, just to leave it.
You can't do that. So
you got to address whoever you got the issue with. You got to go right to the source,
nigga,
and figure out where you stand.
100%, because it's either we do this, right?
And we got to get to it now or later. If you don't get to it now, things might get worse by later.
100%.
Harder to fix.
And when I tell these niggas, I say, look, we got two hands. You either, on one hand, we gonna sit around and huff and puff amongst each other. On the other hand, we got an opportunity, right, that we really got a man that we really can have access to right now. So we got relationships. Let's use them. Let's put these calls in and let's create this dialogue. So it's either we try to have a conversation and create some understanding, or we huffing puffing with each other.
And it's political relationships.
Yeah, but I mean, we sit in the kitchen and be like, man, I don't fuck with this nigga, fuck the mail, or fuck this and fuck that.
But super disconnected.
But that's not helping nothing.
Right.
We just.
You gotta bring him to the kitchen.
Bring him to the kitchen. No, he was here.
Oh, he was in the kitchen.
He was here.
He came to the kitchen.
He came to the kitchen.
God, I gotta go back.
Yes, he came. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And so a lot of people don't understand it. So right before he was elected, right, this was after he won.
Okay, I did see it.
He won the primaries, right? And we knew he was going to win. He won the primaries, and it came here the next day.
So you gotta bring him back to the kitchen.
Yeah, he need to come again. You know, so I'm saying,
a lot of people do feel like he's disconnected. He does probably need to come back.
He need to come back.
To his people that got
because it doesn't take one meeting.
Right.
Right. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not going to take one meeting. But, you got to start from somewhere, though.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to get on the bike and start pedaling.
Yeah.
Whether you can ride or not, you got to try. So it's just what it is. You know? Yeah, he was definitely up here. Crazy.
It was a thing.
Yeah. and it was the same thing up here because they were saying he was bringing back Stop and Frisk. And I was like, yo, nigga.
I heard that shit. I was like, man.
Is you Stop and Frisk? Is you on this?
And plain clothes and all that.
Right.
So many things.
So yeah, it's and that's the thing, man. Like in one way or another, right? Law enforcement gonna be activated in a way where they put more pressure down on our community. So if we understand that, and if we smart, we gotta be smart. The only way we gonna live if we continue to develop, right? So if I'm saying like all this pressure coming on, I'm like, damn, you know what? I don't want to keep putting all this real shit in this music. Let me just, you know what I mean? To save myself and save my niggas, I ain't gonna put us in harm's way because they really watching this. And that would just, for me, that would be the smartest thing to do.
Nipped it in the butt.
Because that ain't gonna make you less than who you are. You still who you are.
But then that also comes in the development because some people don't give a fuck.
Well, if you don't give a fuck, then guess what? Everything that come with not giving a fuck,
it's gonna get dealt
just accept it. If you don't give a fuck, everything that come with not giving a fuck, just accept what it is. Like if you don't give a fuck, you tell me, you look me in my eyes and say, I don't give a fuck. Cool. I respect that you don't give a fuck. But whatever come with that, if a building fall down, if that come with that, you gotta accept that. You know what I'm saying? If them shots is coming
and they don't hit you, they hit your mom.
You gotta.
Let's be realistic.
Everything that come with not giving a fuck, you gotta accept. If you basically committed to the street, or you committed to whatever certain type of life. Right. If you fully committed and you say this the person I am, then you gotta respect everything that come with it. Period. That's it. And I'm not here to talk you out of that. That's who you is. That's who you is. All I'm saying is, and like I'm telling Mayor, is like if your solution is just to lock niggas up, if you want to lock everybody up, that's still not gonna stop the problem.
That's just putting a Band-Aid on it.
That's it.
Not even, yeah.
Give me something, because I'm over here dropping some shit. Me and Bobby
It was too silent for him. It was too silent. Silent. He needed some noise.
For real.
Chens, you've been in the game for a while, and I feel like you keep saying, like, that you have kids and things that you care about. Like, what are some things that you're using your platform to, connect to and make a difference about? Because I've seen you also do, like, fundraisers and barbershop and all of that. Yeah.
So I've done, just recently, during the holiday season, we did, like, we fed some kids, you know what I'm saying? We, did the toy drive thing, things like that. I love speaking to kids. So, like, I actually have a situation that I spoke to somebody about where I was actually thinking about teaching a class. Something that, it's like a sociology class / motivation, at my old high school. So it's something that I spoke to them a while ago about, but we're reconnecting on it because life happens and you can't get to things right away sometimes. But it's an idea that I have about really bringing people into a class and telling their success story. Because, like I said, where I grew up at, there's your parents are victims or hard workers. So I want them to see other people that have, it could be a police officer, a fireman, it could be a rapper, it could be a ball player. It doesn't have to be necessarily the music business. It could be an accountant, anybody who may have grown up in a similar way that these kids have grown up, and they can actually have a conversation. There's times in my career where I've seen some things where I felt like, why am I here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to God a lot, so I feel like sometimes, like, damn, man, like, I'm a spiritual person, I pray, and sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be in this business, right? And then I sit there and I think about my purpose, and I'm just like, well, why am I really here? And I feel like God gave me a voice, and he gave me a platform and popularity where if I say something to somebody, it might make a difference. And it doesn't have to be a whole class of kids either. It could be just somebody that's around me. It could be another DJ that's coming up. And I feel like I have to like Holly, you've been in the same station. I'm sure that we've had a conversation at one point where I said, "What you doing?"
I remember one specific thing you told me for sure, and it just stuck with me because it was like perfect timing because I got fired. But basically, like he was just like, "Holla, like you have to understand that I got this far because I'm it. You are it. Like no matter whether you get it here or somewhere else, like you got options." And you were talking about your Ciroc situation and how eventually you ended up with Hennessy and the whole like DJ Khaled thing and him bringing you on and like how people always say no to you first and then it's like you show them. And I think that one stuck to me. I was like,
stuck.
Yeah.
I remember us having a conversation, but that's one of my things. I feel like the way I came up in the music business, I do have people that have helped me, but I also feel like because I was blessed, I got to pass the blessings forward. So that's one thing I do. I have a really good friend, and I was talking to her about how I could do more. And she said, "You already do a lot." And I said, "What you mean?" I said, "I ain't really got nothing. I got some ideas of things I want to do, like the class thing, right? That hasn't happened yet, but something I spoke about. I actually went to the school, went and tried to figure out how to get the curriculum going and everything, because that's what they told me. Oh, you need a curriculum. I said, I don't know about no damn curriculum. Like, what you talking about, right? So all of this stuff, and I still haven't gotten to it. But she's like, don't be so hard on yourself. You don't understand. You give back every day. You speak to people in a way that makes a difference. And it's funny because we talking because I have a thing where if I'm at the radio station, I see somebody coming up, I have to speak to them. Because I was in their shoes before, and I have to say to them, what's your plan? What is it you're trying to do? Like, you know, then they might open up and say something crazy and be like, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry you're going through that. Maybe you should just do this, maybe you should do that. Maybe I could help you, maybe I could put you with somebody. I just feel like I have to pass the blessing forward. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been blessed. So that's the least that anybody could do that's coming up. At least if you're taught, you have to teach. If not, it's an injustice.
Yeah, bring that on. Man, dropping some shit. She reminded me of something. Khaled, you was at one point part of We the Best. You
still part of the family. Part of yeah.
So you got like a what was your position?
There was a deal at one point. It was more like an ambassadorship. You know what I'm saying? Like so, Khaled. I've known Khaled for a very long time, and I've seen him from almost of his, not his beginning, but you know, part of his beginning to where he's at now. And he saw me create my Shake the Block brand. He saw it coming. And he was just like, man, you go hard with this Shake the Block shit. Like, I want you to represent We the Best, like how you represent Shake the Block. I was like, what does that mean? And we sat and we had a dinner, and he was just like, hey man, I really want you to like, just rep it. He was like, whatever you could make from it. If you want to make music, you can make music. If you want to be an A&R, you can be an A&R. If you want to be a producer, be a producer. Right now, I just want you to wear that logo for me. So we did that, and you know, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from it. A lot of people expected me to make music like off the bat, like, but you know, I wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? I think timing is everything. My Shake the Block brand has become something so big. It's a staple. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see it, you know what it sound like. Right. When you hear it, you know what it look like. Right? It's like when you look at the Pepsi dot. It don't gotta say Pepsi. When you see the dot, you know it's Pepsi, right? And it could be this small, and you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like how many logos you know got a sound? You know what I'm saying? Like I think what Microsoft, right? They got a sound, right? Apple, I think, got a sound. Who else got a sound? What other logos got a sound? So I think Coca-Cola got the psh when they open the can, right? McDonald's. So I know I got something, right? So I know I got something, and it was something organic. It wasn't something that I was like trying to like create that wasn't real. It was something real, something organic, and in my history in this music, I've been in a lot of studios with a lot of artists, and I want to say that I've assisted a lot of artists also behind the scenes. Picking music, you know, just being and saying, like, I'm one of the people, if you ask me about a song, would you think that, like, you know, I do it behind doors. I don't really like that song. I like this one. And I've gotten into arguments with artists. Like, they be like, hey, man, what? I've told some artists, man, stop doing this. And be like, why you want me to stop doing that? I don't, my opinion, I don't think that's the right thing. I think you need to do that. And I'm always gonna be truthful. That's just me. Like I have to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just me. So through all of that, I feel like I know that I've gained so much experience that I finally have created my own label. So I have Shake the Block Music. I have my first artist. His name is Rich Lex. He's from Tampa, Florida. Now, why did I go to Tampa, Florida? Why I ain't do New York?
Did somebody say that to you?
I'm sure somebody thinking it. Ain't nobody say it to me, but I just know like people probably just expect it because I'm a New York brand. And I've tried with different New York artists, low key.
Who?
People that nobody really know.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
who did you try to break here? Like from
No, it wasn't. I didn't try to break anybody. I tried to work and make music and try to figure out how we can get to the breaking part. But things don't always work. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I still got love for everybody that I've tried with. But then something came, and that I really feel is the right next big thing, and I'm working on it in that market. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not necessarily trying to do it here. I'm doing it out there. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like since I've made it public, that Shake the Block Music. Now, so you look at the logo, you see the Shake the Block, you don't see the music, but the logo has added the music under it. And I've said it on social media. And now I feel that you ask me, how much music do I get? I get a lot of music. And a lot of the music isn't particularly the music that I care for.
Right.
And I don't even listen to everything. So I probably miss some really good shit. But I feel like since I've made it public, I've been getting a different quality music that actually makes me feel good.
Right.
I want to say like just a better quality, more experienced, like people who really like, I guess, have worked on their craft and now are taking me serious.
Right.
So now they want to present the music to me because they feel like I got something that could help them. So I have some other artists that I'm not going to announce yet.
Okay.
That are definitely from the boroughs.
You working with and this is a girl that I've known for years, Blue Diamond.
Yeah, that's my homie. That's my sister. I love her.
Shout out to Blue Diamond.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Shake the Block DJs.
Yeah. Dope. I just don't have nothing to do with nothing. It's just something that's just really
random.
Bothering me. Random. Bro, the socks just really bothering me. Fucking socks, it's really bothering me. Like, I can't focus with the socks, bro.
You got the mismatched socks?
Yeah, and his foot is just...
What happened to it?
Yo, I don't understand this shit, bro. Like,
I looked over there like 4 times, I ain't gonna hold you, but I didn't have a problem with it. It's just like something
bothering me. I don't know why you... Like, why is it there? Like,
it's good luck.
It's not good luck.
It's okay, man.
I don't know.
It's crazy. It just took me out of my zone just now. It's just crazy.
Somebody get Maino a drink. You need a drink.
Yeah, what happened to the thing over here? To the Moscato. Yeah. You took some of it, didn't you? I didn't ask you to do that.
Sharing is caring.
This is crazy. All right, man. Well, I'm sorry about that, trans man. I just
Shake the Block Music.
Shake the Block.
We got Rich Lex from Tampa. The new single's out right now. It's called Crown Royal.
Let me ask
Shake
you
the
a
block.
question.
Shake the socks.
Shake the socks.
DJing, right? There's always been this argument about DJing, radio. You know, we always gonna have. Well, a rapper and a DJ is always gonna have a different perspective in life when it comes to the music and what's hot, what means something, what's relevant, all that, right? So there's always been this argument of who needs to be on the radio, who not needs to be on the radio, right? So there's this thing where
people argue about that stuff.
Yeah, like, well, Flex don't need to be on the radio. He old. Like, why he still on the radio? Like, is that really a thing? Like, is there a time limit on what should be done?
I feel like most of the time when people say things like that, it's because they're not getting something that they need from that person.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? Yeah. So that's exactly what it is. But is that a real thing though? Like, do you get to a point where you say, "Well, I'm this amount old.
No,
I need."
I think as long as you're still making a difference, you're influential, you standing for something,
right?
All of that is making a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and there's a business side to it also. If you're still number one, then why they gonna let you go?
Fucking
Flex
right.
been number one forever. He gonna stay number one. People ask Flex all the time, when you gonna leave? He's like, I'm not going nowhere. You got to drag me out of here. You know what I'm saying? So
and if you still make money off it, then
that's it. Shout out to Flex,
He's so
man.
passionate too.
Oh no, he loves Flex loves radio.
Yeah,
Flex
loves
loves
it.
and anybody getting his way, he gonna try he gonna try to mow you down. This is what it is. Flex one of the realest. People get Flex fucked up, man. People get Flex fucked up. I know him on a personal basis. That's my brother.
Right.
And listen, a lot comes with me being Flex family.
Right.
There's people that might look at me funny because I be with Flex, and some people that love me because I be with Flex. There's people that hate Flex, people that love Flex. There's people that hate Flex that still listen to Flex. You hate Flex but still know everything that he doing. What that say?
Of course. I mean, that's mostly how people hate do.
It's crazy.
They watch you the most.
Yeah. Man, listen.
You beefing with any other DJs?
Me?
Yeah.
Damn.
Straightforward.
Listen, there's a lot of old Bobby trends that ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't gotten into a fist fight in the club in a long time because now I know how to talk.
Right.
I've grown up.
Right.
I'm a grown man. I'm a gentleman. I know how to say, listen, my brother, not today, man. I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't got to get crazy. No. I was like, you sound really upset. You gotta stop spitting, though, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like,
Love and life.
you need a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't about no issues. I don't want no problems with nobody. I'm about love.
Right now.
That's it, man. I don't want no problems with nobody. I definitely have come a long way, man. Like, you've come a long way.
Yeah.
You come a long way, man.
Very
Like,
long
listen,
way.
we not.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something crazy, but I ain't gonna say it. Listen,
it.
people don't get tied up, man.
Yeah,
They don't gotta get tied up. They don't gotta get tied up, man. Listen, we can just talk our way out of things nowadays.
Came a long way, but
You know
that's
what I'm
what life.
saying?
But that's what life, though, right?
Yeah, that's what life. We learn. Guess what? Because then we wouldn't be here right now.
That's right.
Right? The strong survive, and that's not just being tough. You gotta be tough with your words and your heart.
Right, and you got to be smart because the people that didn't evolve are not here right now.
That's a fact.
You know, unfortunately. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. I knew this was gonna be good,
man. Nah, definitely, man. I think we talked about a lot of good stuff, man, and not just bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's much needed, and I think, especially when we talk about, you know, New York City and the climate and rappers and DJs and the club. Let me ask one more question. The club, because I was a nigga that was in the club. Is the club the New York City club life don't feel the same no more?
No.
What happened?
It don't feel the same to us because we was there before.
Right.
But to the people that's there, they don't know the difference, so it's still good to them.
Right. I was just having a conversation the other day, and I was just like, I don't come out to the clubs like I used to no more.
Man, you still be in the club. Stop, man.
Nah.
I see you in after hours. I see you in the legal spots. I see you in the underground parties. I see you in a lot of places, man. Come on, stop it.
Not in a long time, though.
It's been a couple of...
Think about it. You haven't seen me in a club, Trans. Think about it.
It's been COVID.
Come on, man. Stop. It was COVID. It's COVID fault.
Nah, listen. I've been since Starlet's been open. I only been there twice.
Man.
I purposely started to fall back.
Yeah?
Why purposely?
Because for one, it's like I started to feel like, man, I'm it's the same clubs since forever. How many times you gonna keep doing the same thing? Then it's like, as a brand, right? And as I was able to push reset on certain things in my career, as a brand, I feel like your value.
You want to be as accessible.
Right. So accessible. Always. And that was me. Always in the club. Always out. See what you just said? Yeah. Because it felt like second nature. I always see Maino. But you really haven't been seeing me lately like that. You seen me at the heavy hitter party. You wasn't there? I seen you somewhere recently, but it wasn't like
I've seen you a couple places.
It wasn't.
I seen you a couple places, man. Stop it, man.
Yeah, I haven't been.
That shit was last week, man.
Nah, nigga. I haven't been out like that. I'm telling you.
You've been working really hard all week, so I feel like it was a long time. That shit should feel like 2 months. It was last week, man. Stop it, man.
It's been a minute though. Look, Starlet's been open. Starlet's been open, and then you know I love Starlets. You know I love Starlets.
He's whistling on you.
No, listen. You know I love Starlets. You know I was in that locker room
Love the
heavy.
Starlets.
In that locker room. Oh my God, you was in the locker room?
heavy.
That locker room, legendary.
The locker room.
There's mirrors in there, all types of shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. So listen.
I don't be down there though.
But you know it's down there.
2 times since it's been open. 2 times.
What?
That's it.
So I'm there. I think like in 2 weeks. You gotta come out.
I ain't coming out.
Come on, man.
I'm not.
What's the problem?
It's
I'll
the
be-
face
I'll
for
be out
me
soon.
to try not to smile. I
I ain't been out.
Nah, but look.
So you gotta pick your poison, man.
I think you just gotta know which parties to go to. Don't go out every night. Just go when you know. Like, don't go out just because you feel like going out,
That's
man.
the issue. And I would go out all the time because I felt like that was what I needed to do, right? And then that, like what I'm saying is that you become so accessible
Oh,
that it's nothing.
I seen you at Jim Jones at the
At what?
he had the thing in at Stafford Room.
That's it. That's the right. That's it. That don't count. That's not a party. That's a specific.
That was industry.
Right. That's not specific. That's specific. That's not nightlife. You haven't seen me in a minute. We used to always run into each other, especially uptown. You know I like being indictment.
I know,
Vodka and all that.
I know you like that.
Yeah, you know I like Dykeman. Dominican Maino. Like, come on, man. Man, I'd be like, yo, I'd be sending a message to the DJ booth. Ozuna, play El Fasante. Yeah, let's go.
Maino had some pointy shoes on one day with no socks. Should have seen him.
Yeah.
They have on a button down with
the shirt out.
All of that.
All that.
Chest out.
All that. You know me. You know me. You know me. No t-shirt, no tank top underneath. Flagrant. Violation.
That's the word.
Disrespectful.
Yes, that is the perfect. You used the perfect word.
Shut up.
Flagrant.
Stop
I feel
playing.
like the New York City downtown parties are starting to come back somewhat.
What's the spot?
I like Harbor. I like Rosewood.
Right. I ain't been to Rosewood.
There's a couple other, and I haven't gone to a lot of them either. I still be like in the boroughs and in Jersey and stuff like that. Like Jersey big right now, like Barcode big. I'm sure
been to Barcode.
When was the last time you been to Barcode?
Last year. I'm trying to tell
Last year
you,
was
man.
2 months ago, man.
Last summer.
You hear this guy?
Last summer, nigga.
Tell
You know
Last summer.
somebody's lying when they start
was
yawning.
there-
huh?
You was there
Like,
December.
I haven't been to Barcode since August.
Yeah.
Facts.
6 months.
You got to start from somewhere.
You're doing good.
So when niggas say, yo, I ain't been doing something, you like, you ain't been doing it for 6 months. You got to start from somewhere. 6 months turns into a year after a while, right?
You think you could go a year?
Well, look, man, you got.
I'm not saying I could, but I'm just saying.
You
I'm
got
doing
this.
right now.
You got this big Lobby Boy record out. You need to be in the clubs.
Yeah.
Moving and shaking.
See,
Moving
that's
and
the
shaking with
thing.
them.
Do I actually have to be?
You don't have to be, but it's a plus.
You want
Is it?
exclusivity.
Is it really a plus though? Because that's what I was told. Listen,
Particular places.
let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you how I fucked my life up.
You fucked your life up.
Let me tell you when I fucked. I'm gonna tell you what something was this. I want to say this is 2012, 2013. I had a record. It was me, Yo Gotti, and Trina. I had a song called "One Bad Bitch." Right. All I need is one bad bitch. And the DJ said, "Yo, listen, you need to go out every day for 30 days." So I said, "Bet." When I get off the road, I'm going out every day for 30 days. Once I got on that, I was out for the whole summer. I didn't go to the studio. I fucked my whole life. I was high. I was losing my mind.
So what you're
I
saying
was
is-
indictment. The greenhouse was still open. Whip was still open. It was what's the shit that was on Gansevoort? Griffin was open.
Damn.
Oh my God! You remember this? What? Every day that
No, you
summer was bad.
You was definitely outside.
That was a bad summer, man.
What about balance?
Sweating.
there sweating.
He has an
That was
addictive
a
personality.
bad
Right.
place.
That's all it is.
I was
Yeah.
introduced to Molly.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
bad.
That means you were extra sweating.
I was bad. I was
Super sweat.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Molly,
It was,
though?
yes, it was bad. That was my excuse for being out. Like, I gotta work my record. I gotta work my record. Yo, come on, we gotta go out. We gotta work our record.
Nah.
It's crazy. Listen, I did a deal with a. Listen, check this back then. So you remember when they came out with the hookah pens, right? So I had a deal with a company that did the hookah pens. I was supposed to sell a certain amount. They sent me a whole like boxes of them shits.
You use them.
Smoke we was going out every day. I was working the record. That was my excuse. But I got so caught up in the life.
So who gave you the box of Molly's? Because that's crazy.
Yo, you know what?
Who told you to take all the
Think about
Mollies?
it.
You're not supposed to say who gave the Mollies.
No. We don't say who gave it to me, but I'm gonna say this though.
I was just saying, like,
I was in Miami the first time.
It was an era.
The first time that
Yeah,
happened.
I wasn't part of that era. I had no Mollies, man.
No, that's all right. It's good. I'm being honest. Listen. This is my truth, nigga.
This is your truth. Live
This is
your
my
truth.
truth. This is my truth, nigga.
Why you nigga and me? I'm with you.
No, at the end of the day, I gotta be honest, right?
Go ahead.
This was the era. The first time I experimented with that, I was in Miami, and whoa shit, yo, we got a flight at 6 a.m. Fuck that flight.
What?
Fuck that flight.
I love that.
Reckless.
Fuck that flight.
Fuck that flight.
You ain't give a fuck about nothing.
That's a
Fuck
mood.
that flight.
How about we don't even get return flights?
What you mean?
We just get a one way.
Fuck yeah, all the
Figure it
time.
out.
Yeah.
Hey, Garv,
Shout out to Jeff.
you was around me,
One way Jeff.
sorta on
Sorta.
when I was coming off of this era. Yes. Right? When I was getting out of that era. And it was very rocky. Right? So 2019.
He's shaking his head, yeah.
face though.
It was a bad summer.
That's some crazy shit. That sound like a crazy
man.
something.
Nah. Listen, man. It
Did
is
Rick
what
curse
it
you
is.
out a lot?
Did what?
Did Rick curse you out a lot?
I used to have this dude, right, that used to meet me in a club. And he would come get me right. Right? He would
Get
come
you
meet
right.
me. Yeah, he would come meet me.
Give you a fix.
First of all, you act like I was a drug addict. I'm
Just
telling you.
Molly.
That's Molly.
Yeah.
How many Mollies you was taking in the night?
Nah, I never did Molly every day. I did it sometimes. Right? Only when I was partying, which we was partying every day, but I didn't take it every day, right? So
It was
I'm being, no, listen, you
You
want to laugh at
said it was 30 days straight, and then it was all
right.
summer.
It was
That's what you just said.
Right, but I wasn't doing
Okay.
Molly 30 every day. Right? I didn't do that every day.
Oh.
I did that occasionally, right? But when I did it, it was, woo, man.
So you had this
man.
one guy who used to get you right.
Every time Rick would see him, he'd stand in front of him and be like, yo, don't even come over here, nigga.
That's a good
I
friend.
love Rick.
Yeah, he's a good
Shout
friend.
out to Rick.
And I would like see him and get happy. Like, yo, what up? You good? He'd be like, I'm good. Yo, yo, hit me.
And Rick be like, yeah, all right, nigga.
Rick starts seeing me licking my lips.
Nah.
He know.
The
Licking my lips. Yeah, because that shit, boy, you be start licking your lips, be like, start.
Look at everybody's face. They're like, well, glad that's over. Everyone's face is the same right now.
This
He be
shit
out
is
of
crazy.
control.
God. I'm
This
telling,
shit
I'm
crazy.
talking, I don't do no drugs, right? But I'm telling you what, first of all, let me tell you, I don't smoke weed. I never experimented with drugs. I never did coke. I never did,
No
You
book
never
of
smoke
sugar.
weed?
nah, I don't smoke weed. I don't do no drugs.
He tried it before.
I'm saying, of course, everybody try
not his
weed,
thing.
but that's not my thing, right? The closest I came to that is just doing edibles every now and then, and that always went bad, right? But the only thing I ever did occasionally was that.
Fuck weed. I'm gonna take a Molly.
Yeah, that was something serious.
It's really extreme. Like, that's
That's
big jump.
Took
It
him
was,
to
it was,
ecstasy.
but it was an era at that time when it was, oh man.
I want a song with him.
I'm gonna be honest with you though.
I feel like
Molly.
there's some stories you want to tell.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story though. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
I
tell you like
want to
this.
hear this story.
I'm gonna tell you like this though.
Tell the story.
And I'm not here. I'm not promoting drug use or whatever. But I'm living my truth, and I'm saying that I've been on a journey in life, and I've had my ups and I've had my downs. I've been low. I've been high. That's just what it is. I'm a man. I'm flawed. You know, I'm a king, but I've got certain things that I've done. You understand? So I'm just telling my story, right? One time I was at a party, and I went to the bathroom. It was at a party. It was all white girls. I went to the party, and white girls would get you going.
Pink toe.
They had some Molly, and it was like, all right, cool, boom. We like licking it off each other's hands. I'm like, oh, kid, it was crazy. All right, we going back. We drove back to Jersey. I mean, it had to be me and my homie, and maybe about 7, 8 girls.
Man,
My nigga, that was a Sunday.
It's like a good night.
All I remember is we was up all the way through Monday afternoon, up into Monday evening. At some point in the day, we was on a boat. But like a
early morning boat party.
rowing though.
Rowing.
On the Hudson?
Rowing on a fucking boat.
You don't like
I don't understand who idea this was. Like somebody say, "Yo, let's get on the boat. Let's get on the boat."
You just remember being on
I thought you talking about some. I thought you talking about a yacht or some shit.
Hell no,
You
we
had
was
a
on a boat
fucking-
rowing. Like this is what I'm
On a
saying.
rowboat.
When you so high, right? When you high and you doing wrong, this is what happens. You end up on boats with white women rowing. We was like in a canoe or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy.
Might have been a kayak or something.
Kayaks, whatever it was. It wasn't
Not your regular boat.
It was not a motor.
Did you experience a lot of like crazy shit just DJing?
Me?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Like
You
in
got
the clubs,
stories.
like I know you got stories.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know nothing. I mean, you know, there was times where I wasn't married from before. There was times after I got divorced, and there was some times in between. So
Let me
yeah,
ask you a question though, because you married now. You don't have to answer this question, but I just want to be honest with you, and I want you to be honest with me because here's something that I don't think DJs get pussy.
Oh. Nah, we don't get pussy.
No, I'm saying I know you can't answer that, but I don't think I never knew like a woman that be like, I want to fuck this DJ nigga. Like is that?
No, listen. This is what I tell my girl, right? I'm not married, but I got my lady at home. We might as well be married. We got kids. We live in the house together.
Right.
I tell her, look at my DMs.
Oh, so DJs get pussy.
I tell her, I want you to see what's in my DM, so you can understand what's going on, so that you can, you know what I'm saying, do what you gotta do. Cause I'm hot out here.
See, I don't see, but it's a lot of DJs, and I'm not sure if. Well, you know,
I'm handsome though. I'm handsome.
I'm
handsome.
Are you gonna try the DM thing?
At the end of the day.
Before I was a DJ, I was handsome. Before I was a DJ, so when there was no DMs, my DMs were still hot.
There was no
matter.
DMs.
At the end of the day, there are people who
whatever
are
it
just
was. When people used to slide you a piece of paper, they used to slide me the paper.
Why do you feel that way?
I've never
Because they're not the rappers or they're not the artists?
Fuck being a rapper though. Like I ain't never about nothing.
heard it?
Like I never heard no woman be like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this DJ.
Of course, because she's not gonna tell you that. She's gonna tell
I'm
would you tell
saying
me that?
women in general, like women, you know,
See,
tables full of
but
women,
no, but here's the thing.
rooms full of women.
But here's the thing.
Hotel rooms full of
This is
women.
what I'm trying to get at.
Houses full of women. I never heard
That's
the
because
DJ.
that's because you're the rapper.
Is that it?
Because the woman that wants the DJ, if she finds a rapper, she gonna go with the rapper instead of the DJ.
Interesting. Huh.
So basically, rappers only fuck because the DJs is not accessible. That's what you're saying.
No,
there's just
listen. I've been on tour.
This is what you're telling me.
I've been on
This
tour,
is
what
right?
you're telling me.
Listen, you know tour life is crazy, right?
Of course.
So I've been on tours where women have been after me, and then when the headlining rapper bus pulls up, then all of a sudden there's like, ah, and then they
Right.
start moving. So I'm just like, damn, man, next time I gotta get to the lobby faster.
The lobby.
I guess I mean,
think
not
it
saying
goes
it like
artists.
that, but I guess it's like
You know that lobby be, you know what that lobby look like after?
Of course.
That lobby look crazy.
But I never, right, the lobby is crazy on tour, but I never seen a lobby full with women that was waiting for the DJ.
But you never
So
seen a
that's
whole
what's-
bunch of women that wants the
Waiting for me? Of course I did.
No, shut up. You never seen a bunch of women waiting for your friend that hangs with the celebrity, right?
That's not
but
true.
They
Yeah.
don't wait for them unless
Right.
they're trying to get close to them, right? So they'll be waiting for you. They won't be waiting for your mans, but if they can't get to you, they gonna take your mans.
You heard what
No,
you
that's
said?
pretty much
I didn't catch it. I didn't
I
catch
made
it.
perfect sense.
My
That's
point.
Basically,
I
there's
didn't catch
levels.
that. I didn't
There's
catch that.
basically levels.
Listen.
I'm not talking about groupies.
I'm talking about
I'm
groupies.
saying in general.
There's a difference.
In
So,
life.
but you ain't say that before.
I'm saying in general, like women, chicks at the restaurant.
So, but then you gotta stop talking about DJs and rappers. Me, I'm hot. It's different. It don't matter. My name.
Cuz gonna let us
Listen.
know that he's hot.
Listen. My name is Roberto. All right. Fuck Bobby Trey. My name is Roberto Morales Jr. All right. So
Emphasis on Junior.
Sounds like he gets pussy.
you know what I'm saying? You listen.
He starts speaking Spanish.
Yeah, right. I know.
You gotta be careful. He's a married man. Be careful. Trez, don't call me later talking about, yo, I'm in trouble.
Listen, man.
Don't call me later.
I handled myself pretty well, man.
You did, but listen, that was just an observation. You know, we had a couple. Listen,
I like this conversation.
But you know what? See, I can't say because a lot of my homeboys is DJs. A lot of my homeboys is DJs, and a lot of them got girlfriends and they're married. So I can't say but so much. Yeah.
So don't say nothing.
Yeah.
It's best you say nothing.
How many times we been in the same kitchen?
Y'all love them same kitchens.
I mean, you know me. I mean, I've been in everybody's kitchen, so I mean.
Oh God.
How you guys to say this shit?
We're making this narrative. He says that himself, but we make the narrative.
I'm in the kitchen. I'll be in the kitchen. They be like, "Yo," when Maino was over here, I was like, "God damn it!" I'm like, "Maino was here. I'm out."
Damn.
Maino, you gotta stop.
Stop what?
You
Stop
gotta
what? Stop
stop.
what?
This
Stop
is a
what?
lot.
I listen, man.
I'm not painting a narrative you didn't paint already. Picasso.
You know what it is?
But I'm just saying this was the past. This is before.
It's the past.
Again,
I feel like y'all laugh at me when I talk my
Me and Maino known each other for a long
when
time.
I talk about my struggles in life.
You know we don't laugh at
No,
you.
you
We
still laughing.
actually we be like, we can see that.
But I tell you, listen. I come on this platform and I talk about me,
Clearly.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only do I talk about or highlight other shit people doing, right? We talk to the guests, but I live out my truth.
We appreciate that.
But I feel like y'all laugh at it.
And that's
Sometimes
okay.
it's funny.
It's laughable.
Sometimes it's
laugh at yourself.
freaking hilarious.
Like, would you let your girl
Why
check
you
your
in
DMs?
shock?
No.
So me being high on Molly for 2 days.
That is
rowing a boat.
hilarious.
It was an error. And it was funny. Looking back, it's
Rowing
funny.
a boat is hilarious.
Looking back, it's funny, and that's it.
Just seeing Maino the
now
rapper
you don't
rowing a
go
boat
out
with a bunch
anymore.
of white women.
That sound like
Talking about
That sound like you might have woke up with a weird
Where does water
tattoo
come from?
or something in a strange place.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah, I
Rowing
see
a
how
boat.
that happens with
Hangover.
niggas. Though. Niggas wake up with tattoos and shit like that.
So let me ask you something. What changed? Was there a situation that made you stray away from that life?
Yes, I talked about it on here.
Oh man.
Woke up one day and I had a Rolex missing at a hotel in Miami.
Oh nah, see, yeah,
Definitely.
that changed your life.
Never did it again.
They ain't put it in your sock
Nah, I had a lot of jewelry in there, and then but that was missing. And then
under the
and it
mattress. Gotta put it somewhere.
Somebody took it.
Somebody stole it.
And you
out the
fell
room.
asleep and you woke up and it was gone.
Because I was high out of my fucking mind.
Damn. Where was your homies at?
Slipping. Where was they at? They was in whatever rooms they were in. I was in my room. You understand?
Nah, see, but your homies supposed to hold you down. They were supposed to be like, let me get your rollie,
Cool.
let me get your wallet, let me
Right.
get this.
And
That's
they
what
do
we're
that.
supposed to do. Right. Understand. But you know what? It was a night that I'm slipping.
They were slipping too.
Everybody's
Everybody's mollied out.
slipping. It's all right. But
Damn,
you know
the whole
what?
team was on the.
I had to take that. I ain't put that on nobody else but me.
That's
At the end of the day, I know better. Fuck what somebody else supposed to do. Nigga, I'm the master of my own ship. I was supposed to not ever even have myself in a situation like that. Fuck am I doing with myself? But I was going through things emotionally. I was going through things spiritually. I was in a place that I'm not in today. And I was at a low point in my life, and I was doing things because I was struggling, right? So I was struggling with certain things, and that's how I was coping. And I hit a place where I woke up one day, shit was on it, Rolex gone, girl on Instagram, shit all in the vlogs. She was bad. It was bad, and I was at a low point. But you know, but you live and you learn. And those things right there, they hard lessons. But I'm a nigga that you ain't got to teach me once. I ain't never did that shit again in my life. Give me something.
He ain't need nothing for that.
Give me something. You understand?
At least you speak your truth, though.
Yeah, I
I
speak
could
my
appreciate
truth,
it.
man. Because guess what? Everybody out there going through something. You throw stones at me.
I
You
can't
ain't
speak
ain't
my
nobody-
truth because
ain't
he
Let me ask you a
throws stones
question.
at me.
Why not weed?
Weed is like it doesn't
It's
do
not a
nothing
up-
for me,
it's not a
right?
up.
So I got a personality. I'm an upbeat person, right? So I'm go mode. I'm hyper.
Feel like it
right?
slow you
to a
down?
certain degree. It slows me down. It's mellow. I'm sitting back high. Like I don't like to be like that. So weed was never my high.
You never smoke
You
crack.
know, never smoked crack.
Damn,
He
that
said
was,
he like
You escalated quick.
a big question.
I probably would if I was a lesser man, a tad bit weaker, then cocaine would probably be my drug of choice.
Damn.
But Molly is probably
Yes.
around the same
It's
That's
probably-
why I said
Right.
caliber.
It's probably right, but they say it's probably cocaine in Molly. Probably.
And
so, but what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying is this: if I was weaker, just a tad bit weaker, and more of a victim of my vices in life, then that probably would be my drug of choice right there.
Why is cocaine so crazy right now, though?
It's back because you know what? It's become cool again. So a lot of these young girls is out here. I was in a club right here in New York, and a girl was like about 22 years old. She asked me did I had cocaine. I looked at her like I was out of like she had 10 heads. When you go to LA, all the young girls sniff coke.
No, it's crazy.
It's out here now too.
Yeah.
Like, all the young girls, all the little.
I had to smack the coke out of somebody's hand in the DJ booth the other day.
Yeah,
I was like, don't come in here with that shit. I was like, I had to smack it out the hand.
Cocaine
See,
is back.
when you from the hood,
like
it's a
in the
little
80s.
different because we don't look at it as like cocaine. We look at it as crack. Like you're a crackhead.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
they just look at it as
I'm taking the
expensive
hood.
coffee.
That's not true. Everybody that I'm talking about is from the hood, and this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, shit getting crazy.
Cocaine is really back, like as a cool designer drug. Party. So all them people that you talking about is from the hood. If they partying,
Older.
no, younger.
It's
No,
crazy.
what I'm talking
Right.
about is like I'm not talking about it coming back and being popular. I'm talking about being from the hood, like my age, my generation. When you looked at people who sniffed coke and stuff like that, did heroin and all of that, they were fiends to you
Not
in your
cocaine.
eyes.
Cocaine never was looked at as the same as heroin. Never.
I'm telling you that
Cocaine
you still look at them
never.
as drug addicts.
No, but listen, cocaine never, because cocaine was always, first of all, cocaine was always looked at as a prestigious drug. Like all the white people did. It was expensive. It was the party, people that had money did it. It was never looked at because it was the people that functioned well that did cocaine. You wasn't strung out selling your ass over cocaine. That was never that drug.
Selling your
Crack
ass.
was something. Crack was.
That's what.
When
Crack
you
was
start
different.
selling your ass, it's different.
Crack was different. Cocaine was
Meth.
never
It's a
looked at
slippery
like that.
slope, though, everybody.
Yeah.
Slippery
Cocaine,
slope.
right?
You
cocaine-
never heard nobody selling their ass over weed.
No. I mean, these days, this whole fentanyl thing is different, but...
Damn.
Yeah, so now
It's in
everybody's
weed,
back
too.
to
People
partying.
selling their ass over fentanyl?
No, it's just in
cocaine.
weed, it's in
Oh,
everything.
yeah. It's bad.
It's bad.
People back to partying like how they was, you know,
Like in
Studio
1999.
54 back in the
No,
days.
I was on my live the other day. At 5 in the morning, for some reason, when I go on live, I have a lot of Middle Eastern fans. So I have like 500 people from like Pakistan, from India, and I like to go live with them because a lot of them don't even know English. So I'm trying to communicate with them, and I just want to see their backyard because over there it's daylight. It's like, I want to see what your backyard look like in India. I see some mountains in the back and type of shit. I have like 4 different people at the same time. So I'm just clicking, I'm accepting everybody. And then one day I accept, it's a dude from Pakistan, a dude from India, and another dude from Morocco. And then all of a sudden I click on this other one, and there's a white girl from California. And I'm just like, oh, I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, what you doing? She's like, sniffing coke.
Right.
I was like, what? The fuck? And I was like, she made it sound like it sounded like she was saying, I'm up smoking weed. But she made it sound like so regular. I was just like, that shit fucked me. And I froze up, and I'm sitting, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to talk to you.
No, this is what they
But
say.
I left her on there for seconds. I just wanted to see what else she was gonna do.
What they say when you're in the club, they say, hey, you party?
What the fuck that mean? When
That's
somebody
what
say
mean.
that party shit, you
When
know
that's
what that mean?
Right? Do you party? That's what that means.
How you know that?
What you mean? How I know that?
Why you
provides
getting
the vibe.
offended?
I mean, how I know that? How you
He
don't
does
know that?
provide
Is
them.
that?
How you don't? I don't, because I
Right,
don't party.
this is-
So,
No, I'm saying you party, but you don't party.
right, you said how you don't know that. I said I don't party.
No, but it's in the eyes. It's like, you like to party?
you gotta say it like that.
Right.
With your neck.
So,
You gotta say it with your neck.
Play with your hair. You like to party.
They go in the bathroom and do a bump, come back
He knows
like.
the terminology though.
Listen, I
provide the vibe.
I provide the vibe. I don't have no problem with that. That's your choice of,
Your vice.
that's your vice.
Can we
that's
talk
your-
about something else,
you know
man?
what
I
I
want to
mean?
talk about cocaine no more, man. This shit crazy.
Cocaine, man.
How did we even get here?
I don't even know how we got
It
here.
was the Molly.
We went from talking about schools and things
We were
that
so
you wanted.
positive a second
I
ago.
be need-
But listen.
Me and Holla had a moment at the radio station, some
Right.
positive shit.
But let me tell you though, nigga, I be needing to flush out my demons.
That's what.
All right, so
what-
I told you.
you have
Listen, man, if I can help you, I'm here to help you.
I be needing to flush out my demons. This is what this is for. So I need to get out here, live my truth, flush out my demons, because guess what? It's people out there going through shit. And they say, damn, that nigga Maino a real nigga. He kept it real. He keep it real. Like, he said his real shit. I was dealing with the same thing. You know, but it is what it is, man. You got no party tonight?
I don't even want today. What day today is today?
I don't know. Monday?
I just came back from All-Star Weekend, man.
All-Star Weekend?
Yeah, no, it was amazing.
Cleveland.
I had a great time. I drove straight here to come see you.
I appreciate that. I've been to Cleveland. I did that drive before. I made a story. Quick story. No, I got stories.
Let me tell you something.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, DJ's sleep schedule though is crazy.
This ain't got nothing to do with cocaine, but I will say this. It's got something to do with a promoter. I was on a tour, and I had got to a city right outside of Chicago, and the next town we was going to was supposed to have been Cleveland after that. And the fucking promoter was playing games with the money. Had us outside, like, playing games, and he played games all night. He said, yo, I'll be back. Never came back, but he left his car right there.
Oh, his car.
His car.
Yeah.
It was a 300 Chrysler, 300E Chrysler? This nigga never came back. I said, yo, listen, I got a bottle of Ciroc. We put a towel in that. Put a towel on that, and I had like a torch. Had a little torch, you know the little torches you buy from the gas station? For crack use. Right?
Crack use.
The crack torch.
I made made something like a Molotov cocktail. And blew his fucking car.
Nah, man.
And drove to Cleveland that night because it couldn't stay in the hotel that night.
Damn.
Because if it would stayed in the hotel, like, come on, this nigga car's on fire.
You did it?
Say what?
Nah, he making this shit up. He making this shit up.
Well, I believe him.
For the purposes of what? Law enforcement?
He made it up.
It's made up.
He made it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a story.
It's a story, yeah, but it's true. But
Allegedly.
Alleged.
Yeah. Don't fuck with me, man.
That's your Cleveland story. Damn.
And I drove to Cleveland. We drove to Cleveland too early. I've been to Cleveland, but I've been to Cleveland many times though. They got a strip in Cleveland. And there's a bunch of clubs. You know that area? It's nothing but clubs on this one strip in Cleveland.
I just went to like 2 or 3 spots. But
yeah, I've been to Cleveland a couple of times. And I came out. I was coming out the club one day and I heard boom, boom, boom. Everybody running. Nigga got his whole head blowed off. Yep. Yeah, it's real out there. Very real.
One time for Cleveland.
One time for Cleveland? The fuck? My Cleveland experience is a lot better than that. I mean, I had a great time.
No Cleveland.
No car bombings?
No, I got to see LeBron join, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like All-Stars was kind of boring this year.
that game was amazing. That was an amazing game.
I know that dunk contest was boring.
I missed that.
I don't know the players no more, man.
No?
I know like the main players. I don't like know the new
You're
players.
not a baller,
You busy, man.
So what?
You're not a baller, so I understand.
This is crazy. I don't know what's going on here.
She wants to pick a fight with you.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm not picking a fight. I'm just calling a spade a spade.
A spade a spade?
Picking a fight.
I'm a spade. Okay, I understand. Trends, I absolutely appreciate you coming through here, bro.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
You know what I mean?
man.
I appreciate
At
it.
this point, he's like, what am I doing here? What's happening?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, this is crazy. Man. I don't fuck
I go and
on.
shake hands with my brother.
For real, man. I
And,
appreciate you, man, coming
Thank
through,
you
bro.
so much.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me.
man.
Appreciate y'all.
Kitchen Talk, you already know what it is. You know how we coming. Free Ricky until they free Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
Every time, man. Every time. Y'all got something? You got something to say?
Follow us at Kitchen Talk, the podcast, at Shalimar Rock,
At your favorite tomboy?
Your favorite tomboy. You should probably change that.
Never.
At DJ Bobby Trends on all social media platforms. Check me out, HOT97. Don't forget Rich Lex, new single out right now, Crown Royal on Shake the Block Music on all platforms. Watch that video on YouTube. There's more music coming. We dropping a single every 6 weeks. Don't play with me.
Oh, wow.
Don't play
Shake
with
the
him.
block. You heard him. Get this picture.